Everybody, welcome to Technically Unraveled. I am the real Kristen Fehrenbach, back in action. I want to give a big shout out to Matt. Thanks for covering this past week. Questionable opening, very questionable opening, but we made it through it. Great show. Super glad to see all the resources that we went over with Bandit. So big thanks to each of you guys for jumping in. All right, so please make sure you like, share, subscribe. There's a lot of content that we just built out all the way through the end of the year. Lots of topics that we want to go through, from AI. We want to talk about dynamics, Matt. Absolutely. We want to talk about all of these things, but we don't want you to miss out. So make sure you check out our YouTube page because there's lots of content there. All right, let's go ahead and jump on into some updates. So first and foremost, North America specific boot camps are coming up. I know we talked about dynamics already, so I think this is like the second, third time I've said it within a few seconds of the show starting, but please make sure you're registering for this boot camp. I know that dynamics can be a little scary for some people, but this is a little bit different. It's still a technical dive, right? But we want you to understand how the product works. We also want you to utilize the P2P process with us at Pax8 and make sure that you're selling all of our cloud solutions at Microsoft, not just Modern Workplace or not just Azure. And we're here to help make that happen for you. So make sure you register. Our Dynamics Bootcamp is August 29th and 30th. There's still time. It's virtual, all of that good stuff. I do want to also call out that our AWS Bootcamp is going to be the 22nd of August too. So make sure you sign up for that. I know that a lot of our people, you're utilizing Azure, you use AWS. Make sure you're taking full advantage of all of the enablement here at Pax8. Quick plug, Azure is going to be in September. It is live on that page for events if you would like to go register early. All right, next up is Momentum. First event that we are having for Momentum. I'm really, really excited about it. So this is going to be October 10th through 12th. Live in Denver. We hear you partners, you want to have some more live events, you want to network, you want to see us in person. This is your chance. So I'm really, really excited about this. It's really designed to make sure you're honing in your technical skills, you're driving operations, and you're building momentum in your business. All right, make sure you register there. There is going to be a hold fee, but once you check in, goes away. So it's still a free event for you as long as you show up. All right, UK specific, we have launch briefing and a cybersecurity masterclass. These are specific to the UK, so I want to make sure we're bringing those up. Launch briefing, the 24th of August. We've got the masterclass. That's going to be the 19th of September. So make sure you check those out if you're in that region. All right, I got these last two updates from Miss Ashley Moretti, who does all of our programs here at Pax8. GDAP. Wow. Okay, we've talked a lot about GDAP. We were moving DAP to GDAP, but really exciting news is that all of Pax8's DAP relationships have been migrated to GDAP. So really, really excited about that. Now, as you as a partner, if you're establishing a new customer tenant with Pax8, they're going to be prompted to establish the GDAP as part of the process. So just so you're aware, want to make sure that we're all on the same page as we move forward, it will be GDAP. So Microsoft's currently working through the process and moving all the partner relationships from DAP to GDAP. We're just a little ahead of the curve. So good job to you guys. Like to see us ahead there. Last day that partners can establish DAP relationships, want to call this out, is 9/25. Cool. All right. Last one, schedule order manager. So Pax8 has released functionality for partners to schedule multiple future data changes on a subscription. Really excited about that. It is called Schedule Order Manager. So now you're actually going to see the schedule tab under the order field. Got to make sure I'm reading this right. Okay, Ashley, I swear. So from that order field, you can also view all of the scheduled changes in the queue for that subscription. So you want to go in, make sure you're scheduling them all out, but you can also go back and verify, did I do it right? Is it the right one? Have I already done these? It's all there for you in the queue. Whew, it was a lot of updates. I actually took my time. I breathed. It's great. But I am really excited to bring on our first time with his show, Daniel. Thanks for joining us today. How are you?
So good. Just really, really happy to be here. Big time fan. Love Technically Unraveled. So just thank you. Thank you so much. Great to be here.
I'm so excited to have you. So I know we've talked about getting you on the show, and we talked about, I feel like your team in particular is so integral to Pax8. But before we start talking about the solution engineers, tell me who you are and what do you do at Pax8?
So Daniel York, nice to meet everyone here. I am the Director of Solution Engineering at Pax8. So I've been here at Pax8 for 5 years, been in the solution engineering role the entire time. So I was an SE, became a manager, and now I'm the director over that entire department. So a little bit, about me. I just love the SE team. So happy to be chatting about it.
Awesome. So 5 years within the same
Yep.
team. I feel like at
Yep.
Pax8, like the dog years, I don't know what that equals out to, but you've been here for a long time. I'm coming up on my 2.5 years. So I was really excited because I know that you've transitioned from working in the team to managing the team, now director of the team. So we're going to dive into all that. But first, I want a fun fact, a weird fact. What do you got?
Yeah, I got one for you. So, I there is an Israeli horror movie called Rabies that I was an extra in at one point. So, I was in Israel visiting at one point, was walking down a nice pathway. It was a beautiful park, and there was cameras, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to be in a movie?" And I was like, "Of course I do.
Absolutely, I
Absolutely.
do.
Say nothing else. Where do I sign?" So in the movie, they gave me a motorcycle helmet, and I just had to pan off and look and flip up my visor, and that was it. So pretty
What is the
cool.
name
I
of this
did see
movie?
the. It's called Rabies. Now I will say this.
Rabies.
Rabies.
I'm sure it was
Um,
just
I was in the final cut. I did see it, but I think since then it's been. I think they did like I don't know if they did a remake or like re-edit. So I have no
they
idea if
cut
I'm.
you.
I do have it though. I do have the clip. I should have had it ready right now, but it was.
All right.
I'm
Well,
not. I don't have an
next time.
IMDb page yet, so I'm not super
Okay. Next
famous
time
yet. But
you're
I
on the
think this is the
show.
start.
Okay. Next time you're on the show, we're
I'll
going to
share it.
open with that. Good.
I
Good.
I will do that.
That was a good fact. I like that one.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank
Excellent.
you. Really exciting. I'll sign autographs after if you need, but
It's
it's
called
good, right?
rabies. That's okay.
I know. It's
Oh
called
God. I'm
rabies.
not gonna stop.
Super
We
unique.
gotta go. So solution engineering.
Yep,
You know what?
that's it.
This is kind of like that hidden pocket within Pax8. So can you just talk me through what do these solution engineers actually cover here at Pax8?
Yeah, I think the question is, what do we not cover? Really? No, I'm just kidding. There's obviously, and everyone knows at Pax8, and especially from watching this, there's tons of things that Pax8 has to offer. So when it comes to solutions, right, the vendor solutions, Microsoft, different stacks, security, continuity, productivity, all of that, we try on our team to cover the majority of the information within these vendors. So we try to be an extension of the vendor, and I can kind of get into that a little bit more later, but we want to become experts, right? We talk about Pax8 being a one-stop shop. We want all of MSPs to be able to come to Pax8 and experience everything right there. So my team does cover, we try to learn these vendors inside and out. We try to become experts within these solutions so that MSPs can come to Pax8 when they hit purchase on a solution, whether they've had a solution before, they can get the help they need with my team. So there's a little asterisk. I think we have like 90 vendors on the line card right now or more. We cover majority of them, which is really cool. So we try to become experts in every single vendor that we
It's a
have to
lot.
offer. For it is quite a bit.
That is a
It's a little overwhelming
lot.
sometimes, but yeah, that's why there's a little asterisk. There's the few that maybe
Sure.
we don't touch as intense, but we do cover quite a bit, which is insane. So that's what we
I
do.
mean,
We try to help
especially
the.
you cover Microsoft, you cover AWS, so you cover these like monsters that aren't just like, hey, there's just
Yeah.
only this one thing in the product, right? Like you cover
Yeah.
everything. But I think it's really, really neat that your team enables Pax8. I mean, Pax8's a marketplace, and your
Yeah.
team's just enabling our partners to navigate through that marketplace more effectively. So I was really excited to have you on. But
Yeah.
as far as like where your team sits in Pax8,
Mhm.
is it pre-sales? Is it post-sales? Like
Yeah.
where do you sit within that sort of sales cycle?
Yes, great question. We really do both. So we're technically a part of that sales department. We get brought into the conversations of when partners are just needing assistance with vendors, right? So traditionally, we kind of cover the two realms of pre and post. We will do demos of the solutions, so that the partners at least know what they're looking at when they're like, "Hey, this solution sounds good. I think it's what I need." My team will come in and showcase it to a full effect to be like, we'll let you know if it meets your required capabilities or not, right? Here's what it looks like. And then if it's a good deal and you want to move forward with it, then we will provide the post-sale support as well. We will do onboardings. So we actually make sure that the partner drives and just be like, all right, we've shown you the solution. It's what you want. So now take the steering wheel. We'll show you kind of how to plug in and make sure everything looks good and is set up correctly for your customers. So that's kind of the big areas, right? We provide pre-sale demos and post-sale implementation or onboardings or however you want to call it for
But you're not
pretty much.
actually processing the sale. So you'll work with the channel account managers to be able to process, but your team is just there as that like guide as we
Yep.
go through.
Yeah. So the channel account managers are amazing on being like, hey, we think that this is kind of what you need, but let's make sure. So we'll book an SE, they'll showcase it in and out and make sure that it actually lines up with your required capabilities. And then, especially when it comes to the onboarding, we make sure that the partner does it, right? We want to educate, like, we're all about the education and enablement piece. So the partners, like, a lot of times we do get partners that are like, cool, thank you so much. I know it's what I want. Go ahead and let me know when it's done. And we're like, no, we're going to make sure that you understand how to use it, that you can onboard this down the road and feel really comfortable with it from when
We're
you
doing
do
this
gain new customers.
together.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, like we'll kind of talk about some of the differences between different departments that maybe do support that, but we really want to make
No,
sure the
I mean,
partner feels
I think
educated.
that's a great segue because I mean, what you're talking about, I mean, it's mimicking a little support, it's mimicking a little bit of ProServe. So
Yeah.
are there lines in those? Like, where are those lines at?
Yeah.
Are they blurry?
You
They're
know,
a little
good
blurry.
Good question. Yeah, I think I'll be honest, in the past 5 years of being an SE in this department, we've really had to figure that out. And I'll be honest, we have not fully figured out those lines. I want my team to be subject matter experts. I want us to know the product inside and out so we can help with whatever. We obviously have a support team. So when it comes to the break fix side of things, ideally you're going to go to the support team. And we know, right? Like we can hop on a call with you as a partner and be like, all right, let's take a look at it. Hey, this is not me. This is actually something that support will take care of. They will look at this break fix, but some of the troubleshooting aspects, it just kind of depends. Honestly, what I always try to encourage my team with is we know the product super well, hop into it, see if we can help the partner in any capacity. We also know the chain that the partners go through really well. So if it does come to support, I want to be able to confidently say, hey, you actually are going to submit a ticket, they'll take care of that. But if I can troubleshoot it and help, the partner understand how to do it, then I'm going to do that. I did mention earlier, we do not do it for you. Pro service, the whole professional service side of things at Pax8 is incredible. They're expanding their offerings a ton, and they are the type of department that will actually help you out. Like they'll do it for you for a fee, right? That's not where my team touches. So we're very close to it. And when partners are like, hey, there's a solution, I just don't have the time. And I totally get that. I don't have the time to do it. Can you guys do it? That's where professional services would come in and see if it's something feasible for them to do on behalf of the partner. They're an extension of the MSP, whereas I mentioned earlier, we try to be an extension of the vendor. So we really just want to make sure that we're giving you just education, enablement, make you feel good about it. But we won't do the break fix things, but we know what should go to them. So there you go. It's not going to be this whole, oh, I don't really know. Hopefully you figure it out one day. It's like we
Have
know
you
how to
tried
help
to
you out.
turn it off and back on?
Yeah, I know we do. We still say that. Crazy enough, even with some of the vendors, like, have you just logged out and logged back in? Like maybe that's it. But yeah,
Maybe
so
that's it.
it's
It's fine.
Very similar. And again, there's still the gray areas. There's still the moments where partners are like, hey, I don't really fully know what I need. And that's where I want our team to be able to jump in and be like, all right, let's take a look. I know the product well. Okay, sweet. This is what I'm seeing. That's for sure this department, or that's something I can actually help you out with right here and now. So
So your
kind
team
of,
will actually help him connect. It's not just like, hey, that's not me.
right. Right. We
Good.
have seen in the past, I mean, even when I started, there were so many moments where partners are like, hey, I think this is broken. And we're like, oh, that's just not what we do. Good luck.
Sure.
You know, and I was like, I don't want that to be the case. I don't want them to be in this cycle of like, do I go to support? And then support's like,
No.
actually, that's the SEs and SEs are doing so. We really try to be educated in the whole process of the customer
Perfect.
journey as well. So,
Good.
yeah.
And I like that it's a smoother process for the partners and it's saying, hey, you know what? Let me get you as far as I can. If I'm not the right person, we'll make sure that you're connected in. And it's not like, hey, call this 1-800 number. It's a great time. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
Britain in this
exactly.
chat over here, she's making me laugh. She says they're technically a part of unraveling department, pre plus post. I like it. I like it, Britain.
Shoot, I really should have used that. Way to go, Britain. That's amazing.
It's a good one. The technically a part of the unraveling department. Good, good.
Mm, love that.
I feel like that's going
I'll
to
take
be
it.
on
I'll
your
try to.
next
I'm
team
gonna.
call.
It'll be in a description somewhere, and I'm gonna steal it.
Yes.
So thank you for that. It's great.
Okay, so one, I have a lot of questions for you. I don't know why I'm going to say one more question. I have more. So,
Yeah,
is
one
there a
more.
cost associated to engaging with your team?
We charge about $7,000 an hour. Just kidding. Not at all. Of
Good.
course not. No, we are a free service, right? We also try. It's funny you bring that up. There's a couple of instances where some of the onboarding is really, really in depth, right? And we still try to take care of that, right? We want partners to feel good. When it comes to the marketplace of Pax8, again, we never wanted it to be something where we're like, cool, we have all of these things that we offer. Choose what you like and good luck with it, right? Go have fun trying to figure out how to do it. Yes, there might be some KB articles. And that actually brings me to a funny point too. And like even onboarding SEs, right? Like sometimes we have vendors that are like, hey, here's a beautifully packaged vendor where we can teach you what they do. And honestly, sometimes they're like, cool, we don't have anything. Good luck figuring it out. And we try to do that so the partner doesn't have to, right? I just don't want the partner to be
100%.
stuck and being like, cool, purchased it. What do I do now? So no, we do not charge
I mean,
anything. Everything's free. Yep.
you look at how many vendors that we currently have and how many vendors Pax8's onboarding, right? And that's Ryan Burton's team, and they are consistently bringing in new partners and all of that.
Yeah.
It's a full on marketplace. There's different vendors, there's
Yeah.
different services, there's all of this. So being able to have somebody kind of that guide is what it sounds like. Obviously, the
Yep.
cans are saying, hey, we need this solution, but having your team to say, like, hey, you know what? Here's a couple options for you. Like, let's walk through them and see what makes sense.
Yep.
I love it.
Exactly.
Love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Just never wanted to put a wall in front of a partner when they're trying to enable something for their customers, right? Again, like I said, and we'll kind of jump into some of the technical aspects of it, but we really try to just learn it so the best that we can to make the partner feel good. And it's
Got
challenging
it.
sometimes. Obviously, we have some things on our line card that are quite intense, but we still go after it
It's
and we
not
still
just
want to be.
the cloud.
It's not just it's not just the cloud, which is interesting. That actually took me a while to learn, so it was good.
It's good. It's good. But now we're
Yeah, it's
here, so it's fine.
what
So,
is
okay,
what?
once
Yeah.
what is Azure? Great.
What
I'm going to
is
ask
yeah.
Elliot that
Ooh,
later.
yeah, perfect. Please do.
So once your team goes through the demo, the support for the partners, right? You've talked a lot about enablement, you talked about education, but what are the additional options for partners to continue specific education with products or vendor sets?
Yeah, great question. Our team is very, very passionate about creating partner-facing documentation, KB articles, videos, anything that can help continue the education with the vendors. So something that we've actually been doing a lot this year, this could be considered on the pre-sale or the post-sale, just as far as like, being able to remember it. But we've created demo on demands for nearly every one of our vendors. We're still going through it. We're still working with the studios team to make that happen with every vendor. But these are videos that are going to be quick, accessible to the partner. You can find them in Academy. The reps have them, which is really great. But we are creating these videos to kind of give you, and we're segmentizing them too. So there's like a 10-minute video on this vendor, but for this type of topic, where the vendors can look, or the MSPs can look at and just be like, sweet, I just need a refresher on this. I need to train someone else that is brand new to the company on this, right? Demos on demands are a huge success, and we're seeing to kind of go after, right? Like there's tons of vendors, and my team can only grow so fast, right? So this helps us too to really field out a lot of the maybe scripted demos that are like very easy to go through. Partners can look at that and then basically jump right into just enablement, right? I need help onboarding, but I also have these videos to remember how to get through things, how to look at certain things. So we also do a bunch of partner-facing documentation, something that we're continuing to focus on and work through with technical writers, making sure it's pretty and makes sense and worded correctly. But we really want to make sure that education is continued. So we do demos on demands, tons of documentation, things that are accessible for the partner, for sure.
I love it because obviously we've got boot camps, you've got mission briefings, we've got all of those. You're at a lot of mission briefings. And I love the different ways that partners can engage with us. So, I mean, we've got in-person events, we've got virtual events, there's Academy, there's on demand, there's all of these different avenues. And it's funny because, I mean, we've got Academy on demand, we've got demos on demand. Yeah. We've got the replays of these that are ready. We can do them live, whatever works best for the partner. So I like that we're trying to meet them where they're at, because sometimes videos are great. Sometimes people want to control find and type in what they're looking for in a document. So I love that we're just diversifying that as we go.
Yeah. And we're really just trying to eliminate a lot of the busy work with it too. Like we will filter out the KBs that we really feel are necessary for continued education. So that way the partner doesn't have to go to the vendor site, look through every single resource document and guide. Right now they have catered ones that are like, all right, this one is what I need, and it's already highlighted for me. So really working on that, which is cool. Yeah.
So how do partners engage with your team? Do they just call Pax8 and say, I need a sales engineer? Like what happens?
Yeah, we actually have a really cool like logo you can shine in the light. And when we see that, when you see that in the sky, we'll come to the rescue. So it's pretty easy.
Oh, so it's actually you show up on site. Love it. Done.
Exactly.
We can end the show.
Yeah, no, let's, absolutely cut that part out. Oh, it's live? Sweet. No, that's actually a really great question. It's honestly through the account manager. So like I mentioned earlier, partners will kind of come to the account manager traditionally and be like, hey, these are kind of this is what I need. This is what I'm looking for. Obviously the account managers are having those conversations, hopefully, of just, hey, what are some of the things that you're needing to meet? When they can narrow down possibly even just the stack, right? Hey, we know you need something email security wise. Here's a bunch of the vendors that kind of meet those. When you can narrow all that down and you find one that might be good, that's when the account manager will book us for the partner, right? So we will hop on the call with the account manager, the solutions consultant, and the partner when we find a vendor that seems to meet those required capabilities. Again, so, ideally we find the perfect solution right off the bat. Let's be real, that doesn't always happen. So oftentimes you can be like, cool, this is great. And my team is always going to be very, very honest with if the product can actually help you, right? What are you looking for? Shoot, that doesn't do that, or it totally does. And if it doesn't, let me suggest something else that we do know that can meet that. So account managers, that's how they do it. If you want a demo of a product, if you want a demo of something, if you want onboarding assistance, if you need to know where to go, chat with the account manager. They have the keys to access the SEs at Pax8.
So, perfect. And so, I mean, it doesn't have to just be the account manager idea. Partners can be like, hey, account manager, I want to talk to a sales engineer about a demo on this. And that works.
Yeah, that's great.
Easy.
That's awesome. Those conversations, like I said, the account manager will have more in depthly just to make sure it does meet that qualification for us. But absolutely, yeah, they could just be like, I want to see this, and be like, sweet, we know SEs that know that, so we can showcase, which is great.
Easy enough. So
nailed it.
A lot of vendors, a lot of things within the vendors. What is the technical level of your team, Daniel? Because I mean, I feel like it can go from, me where I say the cloud to, people who actually are talking about like blob storage and other, things that they're building,
Yeah,
like Rob Harding and
yeah.
AWS. So I don't know. You tell me, what is the technical level that people should or could expect?
Yeah, I think the expectation, and I've said it 100 times, so sorry I'm repeating myself a little bit, but like we want to be subject matter experts. We want to know the vendor and demo the vendor as well as the vendor does, if not greater, right? Like that we will always strive to just be constant and growing and learning. Honestly, in our process of being able to bring SEs onto the team, we always do a technical interview, and the technical interview is that person showcasing a demo of a technical product. And we just want to see, all right, cool. Can you take high level concepts? Can you understand those if we were to ask you questions on it? And can you also bring it down to where it's just easy to adapt, right? Easy to understand. So I will say we have a very diverse group of people on the team. But I will say you jump right in. It's a fire hose of learning. And really what's happening there is you're learning as you go, right? Oftentimes we do hop on calls with partners and they'll ask one question where we're like, oh, never heard that before. Let me get back to you because we do have connections to the vendor. So we dive in the more and more that we get
That's when you
challenged with
call
partners.
me.
Yeah, okay, like legit though. Some of the Microsoft stuff, it's like, cool. I haven't heard this. Kristen, what's up? What's happening? And get some answers there. But
It
the
works.
expectation is consistent, is that you can hop on a call, whether it doesn't matter which SC is on the call, you're gonna get the same type of expertise. You're gonna get someone who knows the product very well. The nice thing is we are extremely resourceful. So if there is something we don't know, I can almost guarantee that we'll find it out for you and we'll follow up. So
Oh, I have met most of your team that way. So that is
yeah, yeah,
absolute
so true.
fact. I love engaging with your team because I mean you bring in new things, new ideas, and new questions all the time. So it's
Yeah,
always helpful.
yeah,
Um, Now I think we talked a lot about like new products, right? But
yeah,
I mean, if you just think about business premium and all of the things that are included already in business premium, it's a lot. So if
yeah.
a partner has already purchased a product, is there something that, hey, I might not be fully utilizing Defender for Business. It's already a part of business premium. I want to learn more about it. Can they still call your team? Does that work that way?
Totally. Yeah. I would say that oftentimes, I mean, we do tons of change of channels, right? I would say that one of the first things that ever get partners into Pax8, just on average, is their Microsoft usage, right? They bring that over to Pax8. They're like, cool, I'm ready. I also found out that there's like all these terms within here that I don't understand. I guess I have access to things I didn't know I had access to, stuff like that, right?
The
So I
acronyms
do
aren't
think
easy.
no, they're like, oh, sweet, so you have Defender, and they're like, sorry, what's that? And you're like, no, you already have it. And
Yeah.
you're like, no, but I don't know what it is.
Oh.
So absolutely, like especially, and we do change of channels for a lot of. I mean, people bring their business over to Pax8, and it's amazing, and you should, and that's awesome. And oftentimes they'll bring it over and be like, cool, I never knew how to get help on this, anyways. Absolutely. You talk to your account manager, like I mentioned, to get us in the picture, but we will totally help bring refresher.
That's awesome.
Oftentimes, especially with Microsoft, seriously, that's like our number one where people will come and be like, just please talk to me about it. What do I have? How can I utilize this? What does that mean? And we start unlocking those doors for partners. They're like, cool, thank you so much. I've been purchasing this for so long for this customer, and I had no idea I had these capabilities. And that is absolutely something that we can do. Now, if it comes down to the same partner asking, to get a demo 18,000 times every single, it might be like, all right,
Maybe we'll
where are we
record
missing the
this
ball?
one.
Where are we missing it a little bit? How can we help? But no, totally. We will always help a partner
Awesome.
make sure they feel with stuff they already have.
Your
So,
team's super knowledgeable. I mean, we had Kalechi on, he went over Microsoft Viva. And I mean, I was sitting there and I was like,
I
it
know.
does?
It's insane.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'll write
Yeah.
that one down, I guess.
It,
So, no,
it
I
surprised
mean,
me.
there's just so much. So it's great.
Yeah. Yes. They're a
Now,
little crazy.
you're telling me.
Look. Yeah.
So you talked about like some common demos, things like that. Are there some that, your team just gets a lot of questions on that maybe might spark a couple of light bulbs for some of our partners?
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. Security is a massively hot topic, and it always will be. It is something I
It
would say our
should be.
security SEs the ones. Yeah, should be exactly. Like, please talk about it. that is something that comes up all the time. Just security. How do I stay secure? How do I get secure? I have these, these licenses even within Microsoft. How do I utilize Defender? Things like that. So security, I know that's a very broad answer, but security is a massive, massive topic that my team deals with. And it's awesome because a lot of the times our SEs that are in the security realm that are really understanding that have looked at a ton of the products that are on our line card and have been able to kind of look into what makes a really great secure product, how to make sure partners feel like they're utilizing that correctly. So security is massive. And even still, like I said, so many partners don't even know how to utilize like Defender or anything within their Microsoft admin side, where we can help make sure that, hey, this is what's good. Like this is how you set it up and make sure that you're secure. But also we know all these subcategories of like, email security that we can kind of help partners with. Something that we're very confident in and know how to kind of work through. But security is just
So
massive,
your
right?
team will be able to say like, hey, you know what? You already have this, and maybe we look at this because it'll pair nicely.
Totally. Yeah. And like continuity security is very
I like
similar.
it.
It's almost rare to ever have those not come up in the same conversation. So it's really great. We know tools that work really well together and to be like, hey, sweet, this is great. Also partnered with this is even better. So let's talk through it and
Awesome.
suggest some things that really work well. But,
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. All right, Daniel, I super appreciate your time. I know that you're busy and always on the road, but thanks for joining us. You're going to have to come back because we've got to see the small clip of rabies.
Rabies.
So
I was hoping you'd forget about it
we'll
by
get
this
that on the
time, but
book.
no.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No. We don't
Thank
forget.
you so much.
We don't forget. All right.
I'll
We'll
show
see you
you at some
soon.
point, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh gosh, today was great. If you take anything away from today, please make sure that you are engaging with our solution engineers. They are an incredible team. Get those demos. As always, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Next week, you'll be seeing Matt Batterby, hopefully not impersonating me again, but he's going to be having a great week. We'll see you then. Bye.